Okay, hey everybody, today we have got fozmonot versus Tim from Chaotic Great, so a very exciting matchup. Hopefully it's chaotic, hopefully it's great, and here are their two picks. So Foz is going to be playing the Shard Dragon, and Tim is going to be playing as the Dawnsteel Paladin, so this will be a fun matchup to watch. Lots of people banned Shard Dragon this tournament, but Tim said, hey, we didn't pick this card so that no one would play it. So here it goes, and we're going to go ahead and see how this game turns out. Okay, so starting off, it is Tim's turn to begin, and he is going to go ahead and play Solaran Soldier 2 right off the bat with a 1 stacked on top of it. We'll go ahead and see a response pretty quick here from Foz. He'll take a couple of different draw actions, one for turn and one as an action, and he'll also play the Ogre Brute 2. And now moving on to Tim. Let's see what he does here. So he draws for his turn, and he's going to go ahead and shift over that stack, and he is going to pressure that brute with a Hunter 2 of his own. Kind of the classic tic-tac-toe you see start at a bunch of different games. Not uncommon to see. Go ahead and see how Foz responds here. So he's going to go ahead and shift over that brute 2, and he will take another draw action. So going over to Tim, he'll go ahead and play that Hunter 2 forward and stack another 1 soldier on that stack. So that kind of pins the brute, but we'll see an escalation now as Foz is going to play a Hunter 3 with a Hunter 2 on top of it. The Hunter 2 on top is an interesting choice. Kind of curious why Foz chose that. Tim's going to go ahead and shift over that Hunter 2 and then play a Soldier 3. So lots more positioning going on here. Foz is going to go ahead and shift over that stack and play a Brute 3 to match the Soldier 3. So yeah, the tic-tac-toe circle just continues. Rock, paper, scissors, I suppose is what I mean. And we're going to go and see that shift over and then the Watchman come out. So that's an interesting one because that lets Tim affect essentially the deck of fozmonot every time he plays a tactic. So we'll be interested to see how he utilizes that. We saw here that Foz took a couple of trades. And then over to Tim, he's going to go ahead and shift over the Watchman, take a draw action. Foz takes a draw action of his own, and he's going to bump that Brute 2 forward. Now coming over here on Tim's turn, he's going to shift this stack over yet again, and then he will play the Sunseer, and as a free action, he will play Incarceration, putting the pressure off of the Sunseer. Excuse me, gotta sneeze. But we're not going to record twice. And it looks like Tim saw Master of the Hunt at the top of fozmonot's deck and decided to put that on the bottom of his deck. Can't say I blame him for that, not one bit. Foz here is going to go ahead and draw, and then he will play the Goblin Giant Stalker, and for free he will play the Hunter's Mark that he got from that on the Sunseer, which makes a lot of sense. Sunseer is a character that you do not want to have on the field. That can lead to some really nasty combos in the refractory side. So a reasonable play by fozmonot, and here's another one from Tim. He is going to stack on top of Sunseer to mitigate the danger of the Hunter's Mark there, and he's also going to put Incarceration into his hand. Now I'll see a advancement of the Brute and a Hunter 2 by fozmonot. Tim's going to take a draw action and play the Hunter 3 on top of the Watchman here. So lots of snacks on the back for Tim. I'll be interested to see how he gets to use those. And here comes the Shard Dragon. First appearance of the dragon. This match, he's going to go ahead and trade those 2 3s, and he is going to also get that Battlemaster taken off, and then he is going to be able to utilize the leap action of the Goblin Giant Stalker to kill the Sunseer, and that frees up his Brute 2, and he also gets to put a Hunter's Mark onto the Watchman. So great move by Foz, had really efficient use of his resources there. Now let's see how Tim reacts. He's going to go ahead and draw, and he will play the Dusklight Hunter 2 on top of the Watchman, again trying to get Hunter's Mark out of play as much as he can here. Now Foz is going to go ahead and shift over the Shard Dragon to the middle and chip off a Soldier 1. Going over to Tim, he is siegeable. Both of them are siegeable now, so we are definitely in the end game. Tim's going to play Dawnsteel Paladin on top of his stack of soldiers and play Incarceration again. Go ahead and get that Brute underneath that stack where it should be nice and safe, but here comes Ceasefire. Always a fun one to see. So Tim's stacks that he's been working towards this whole time are now in his hand, and Foz has the graded board control with the first card, Brute 2. We'll go ahead and see a 1 and then a Dawnsteel Paladin by Tim, but that is promptly going to be destroyed by an Arcane Blast, and Foz ditches all 4 of his basic 1s to power that blast. So that's a great trade for Foz. He's now up on a 3, so that's definitely a lot of power for him. Tim's going to go ahead and stack a couple of 2 soldiers, trying to really build up that stack in the middle here. And then Foz is going to play Orc Berserker and a Soldier 2. And now Tim, he's going to play the Watchman, followed by a Hunter 2, I believe, on top of that. And we'll see what Foz does here. And here comes the Shard Dragon. He wipes all 3 of his characters to clear that stack and negates. And the classic play right now gains the 3 actions, and boom, boom, boom. Up marches Master of the Hunt, being able to move while fatigued, of course. And that's the siege and the game. So that's the power of the Shard Dragon when you get the right combos with him. Super tough to fight against. So yeah, that was a fun one to watch. Great game by both Tim and fozmonot. Next expansion coming so soon, of course. Can't wait for September to get here. And next round, Foz is going to play the winner of the Seasonal Rat and Galactic Oreo 7. So that's it for this one. Like and subscribe. We are at 89, so that's just 1 away from 90, which is right around the corner from 100. So we're really close to triple digits, which is really exciting. Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.